TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up for turn number 4. Who's it gonna be? Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Team VLR Throwback Series at the Dirt Track of Charlotte. 2-minute qualifying session going on out there. I see they're giving away a Schaefer's Oil pack out there. If you guess who the quick time is here tonight. And we're going to definitely see that. Got to thank Milner Designs and Media and iRacing iFlag for being the sponsor, the official sponsors here of the VLR Throwback Series, the TunaCan Paint, or Tuna by Paint, Dirt Track Charlotte. Here is thank you, Jeff Broughton, for the 378 stars, 8-week streak, and also thank you to Leo Pena for the 250 stars. He's on a 4-week streak, watching guys out here qualifying. We'll give a quick scroll down of what is going on here for the quick results here right now. And as we take a look at the qualifying drop down, and this is going to change rather quickly here. A lot of heavy hitters in the house like it was last week. Again, the Dirt Track is Charlotte here, the sight, the sounds, all on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing, and hopefully we'll see some nice, unique throwback cars here this evening. So as these guys going down through here, Milner Designs and Media, down here in the left-hand corner, and then iRacing iFlag over there in the right-hand corner, as you can see here on our screen, the two main series sponsors here. Watching the time right now, quick time, Shane James in the HRE number 3 machine. Evan C with only a .026 off there of Shane James, so that makes him a 15.8186. So see if anything happens there. The Missile Mason Crawford up to second. 17 seconds left of qualifying here. And we're going to see who is going to top this. Again, 10 seconds left. Is Shane James going to continue to be the quick time? Deadman right there close. Kevin Deadman almost getting it there as time rounds out. And we're going to see the 0 strike. Shane James, your pole sitter. So Shane and James will be your pole sitter here for the Dirt Track is Charlotte. What a fantastic race. Glad everybody could tune in to the Full Velocity Racing Network, reminding you to like and share this link out there. Let everybody know what's happening here for the Team VLR Throwback Series here at the Dirt Track in Charlotte. Heat race number 1 coming to the grid. Heat race number 1 going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, the number 80 machine. And it's actually, that's Dylan Wilson aboard that machine. And it'll actually be Dylan Wilson. And then the 69 Mario Perez on the outside. Inside row number 2, we will see the number 68 of Austin Carr. And then the 44 of Shane James inside or outside row number 2 in the 4th starting spot. Inside row number 3, that's James Edens aboard the number 88 machine. And then Chad Prescott aboard the M14, rolling off in position number 6. 7th starter sees the number 13 machine of DJ Kolonowski, actually in the K9 machine. And outside of him, the number 1 of Derek Dryman. Inside row number 5, the number 96 of Mike McKinney. Mike McKinney, the number 96, is dancing right outside. Tanner Tomasi aboard the 09 machine, rolling off in position to number 10. We have 10 cars out there because all 10 cars are rolling here for the heat race number 1 here, the first heat race here in the Throwback Series at the Dirt Track of Charlotte. Here and definitely waiting in the wings here, the number 21 of Dylan Wilson. Lots of throwback schemes out there. And like I said, if anybody knows what these throwback schemes out, let us know. But I'm a Jeff Brown fan. So Jeff Brown, looks like he might win a shirt. I don't know. Yeah, don't forget the iRacing Dirt Painters Quick Time Award. Shane James and the number 44 machine. We get ready to go iRacing high flag, green flag for the first time of the evening. Loud pedal mash down to the floorboard as we're racing down into turn number 1. Dylan Wilson leading the way here. That number 21 machine, the 68 of Mario Perez, or 69 of Mario Perez, excuse me, already dropping back already to the 4th spot. The 68 up to 2nd. That's Austin Carr. Carr in the 2nd, the 88. Has threaded the needle, James Eatons, and now up to the 4th spot. Here comes the 69 firing back on Mario Perez. Perez now into the 3rd spot as the 88 into the wall just a tad bit, as that's not a good sign there for the number 88 machine. Wilson, your race leader in that number 21 machine. 2nd, Austin Carr, Mario Perez in the 3rd spot. Then you have them 14 of Shad Prescott, the 44, now down to the bottom. That is Shane James in the 44. Not used to seeing a 44 on Shane James's car, but he moves up into the 4th spot. Mike McKinney and that number 96 machine working over there into the 5th spot. So inside the top 5 already here in heat race number 1. What a fantastic race we have. The 1 goes around in a knot. The number 1 of Derek Dryman around over there in the corner. No yellow flag out here in the heat racing, but Dylan Wilson, your race leader. Ricard running in that 2nd spot, about 3 car lengths back. Mario Perez running in that 3rd spot. Shane James in that 44 machine is doing a fantastic job there. Sorry, I have the announcing going on in the background. Did not realize that. You're probably hearing an echo going on in the background here. I apologize for that one. I didn't realize it was on there, so sorry about that one. The 21 of Dylan Wilson, your race leader here, as we come down off into turn number 1 on the final lap. It's Wilson, Carr, Mario Perez, Shane James in that 44 machine. Running in the 4th spot, Mike McKinney running 5th in that number 96 machine. But off of turn number 4, checker flag going to fly for the 21 of Dylan Wilson, Carr for 2nd. 3rd is going to be Mario Perez. Shane James in the 44 in that 4th spot. 5th is Mike McKinney. Shad Prescott, DJ Kolonowski, Tanner Tomasi, James Eatons, and Derek Dryman round out your 10 cars. Heat race number 2. Is that better, guys, out there on the Full Velocity Racing Network? Just let me know if that's better. If that was turned down, I didn't realize there was double screens up there. I apologize for that, as I have 6 monitors in front of me, so sometimes I forget to mute the button. So heat race number 2, the Voyles Trucking starting lineup is going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 39 machine, could be a different number. That is Lewis Hewitt. It is dancing part of the outside, driving the number 84. That will be Clay Debin. Inside row number 2, that's the number 74 machine of Blake Brown and Kevin Dedman. Aboard the number 3 machine, rolling off in position 4. 5th starter sees the number 77 of Robert Fletcher and Kyle Surratt. Aboard the number 18 and going to roll off in position number 6. 7th starter sees the number 23 machine. I believe that's on the side of that car. 23 machine of, 23 of Zach McSwain. No, the Flintstone Flyer, Zach McSwain, excuse me. Lucas Chow in the Mopar car on the outside in position number 8. The number 23 will be the next row back. That's Jeremy Capron. And J.D. Brown in the number 14, rolling off in position number 10. So like I said, the Flintstone Flyer actually being driven by the Zach McSwain machine. Is Zach McSwain in that? That's a nice throwback car. Seen that quite a few times around here. So the 23 Jeremy Capron, like the look of that car, kind of a classic look there. It reminds me of like a Herm Slack out here running our Pro Stock division out here in the Northeast. So the number 3 machine of Lewis Hewitt, your pole sitter. The number 84 of Clay Devin running in that second spot. He's going to start on the outside. We're going to see who's going to have that advantage coming off down into turn number 1. It's Hewitt and Devin. Devin on the outside as we get ready. The iRacing flag. Green flag comes out. Heat race number 2 underway. As Lewis Hewitt right now running in the number 3 machine, running on the outside. The number 74 of the Blake Brown up to the second spot. Here comes the 84 of Devin down to the bottom side by side with the 77 of Robert Fletcher. Fletcher moves to the outside as Devin now digs it down to the bottom. Here comes the 74D of Brown, Blake Brown. He's trying to get around the number 3 of Lewis Hewitt. Not able to do anything. 3 wide for the 4th spot is a Flintstone Flyer down on the bottom. And that is Zach McSwain making some headway, trying to get around Dedman and Devin. And man, what a lot of D's there through the field here is Kevin Dedman trying to thread the needle, trying to get down to the bottom, trying to get around Robert Fletcher. And then number 77 machine halfway home this time by for Lewis Hewitt, who's under heavy pressure from that number 74D machine of Blake Brown. Brown dives it down to the bottom a couple of different times down into turn number 1. But Hewitt up pushing the cushion here through turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway again. Brown back down to the bottom side by side for the race lead as they drag race down to the start finish line. We have Brown peeking down to the bottom, but it is still Lewis Hewitt with 3 to go. So popsicle sticks in the air there for the Lewis Hewitt number 3 machine. Is now again Brown going to try back down to the bottom, trying to wrestle that top spot away. And it's been all Hewitt so far as they come off of turn number 4. White flag going to be in there. One more trip around the dirt track is Charlotte for the number 3 of Lewis Hewitt. Brown still running in second, diving down to the bottom. Good battle for the 3rd spot still between Dedman and the number 77 of Fletcher, but down into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4 for the final time. Heat race number 2 belongs to the number 3 of Lewis Hewitt. The 74D of Blake Brown for 2. Robert Fletcher for 3. Kevin Dedman, Zach McSwain, Jeremy Capron, Clay Devin, J.D. Brown, Lucas Chowning. That is the rest of your field there for heat race number 2. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing. Make sure you like, follow our links, and do everything you guys can. Star donations go a long way, folks. Help us keep our broadcasting rates low. Star donations. Got to thank Milner Design and Media and iRacing iFlag for sponsoring this great series that we have going on here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, the Throwback series. Can't thank those guys enough for putting up some of the money here to help us keep going with this. The Voiles Trucking starting lineup going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 42 machine. That is Virgil Graham. Jacob Fields aboard the number 75 in position number 2. Third starter sees the number 127 of Blake Majules, and then Mason Crawford, the missile. And the number 15 machine rolling off in position number 4. Fifth starter sees Kendall Tucker. Kendall Tucker in the double knot machine. And outside of him, the 0 machine of Derek Keltner. Keltner aboard the number 0. Inside row number 4 in the 7th starting spot, we will see the number 32 machine. That is Daniel Powell. And outside him, Troy Jones aboard the number 49 machine. Jones aboard the number 49. Next row back sees the number 22 machine. Actually going to be the 31. That is Brooks Trammell. And outside of him, the number 57J. That's Robert Chucker. Chucker in the number 57J. 10 cars we call for, all 10 cars out there on the speedway as we get locked and loaded here for heat race number 3. So it's going to be Virgil Graham there in the bolt place. Number 42, V. The Coors Light on the side of that machine. The 75 on the outside. That is Jacob Fields. I know a lot of people are accustomed to seeing them in the double knot 7. Again, throwback series here. VLR, and it's going to be a fantastic showing here for these guys. I can almost willing to bet here as they start off down the back straight away. The iRacing.com pace truck going to already be down to the infield here. Already has skirted out down there as we get ready to go. Green flag racing off of turn number 4. Loud pedal down. iRacing I flag. Green flags in the air. The 42V of Virgil Graham leads the charge down off into turn number 1. Not for long. Blake Majules down to the bottom. Side by side there momentarily for the race lead. The 127 trying to pull up alongside of him. Kendall Tucker right there too in the double knot machine. He is running in that 4 spot. So it's Graham, Fields, Majules, and then you have Mason Crawford already dropping all the way back to 6. A little bit of contact there with Derek Keltner and the 49 of Troy Jones. That is back in the 6th and 7th and 8th spot as those guys make some contact. Now your race leader is still Virgil Graham trying to pull away from Blake Majules. That's no easy task there in the 127 slide job. Up in front of the 42V off a turn to number 4. The 127 now takes over the lead with 5 to go. Graham wants to get back to it. He gets back down to the bottom side by side for the race lead. A good battle going on for third, too. Right directly behind them. That is Jacob Fields and Kendall Tucker. Tucker keeps peeking down to the bottom. Halfway home, 4 in, 4 to go here in heat race number 3. So Blake Majules right now is setting the pace, setting the tone here in heat race 3 here with the 127. This Wendell Speed Labs number 127. Graham running in that 2nd spot. Jacob Fields for 3. And then number 75. Then Kendall Tucker running in the 4th spot. The rest of the guys right there trapped behind him. That'll be Daniel Powell in that number 32 machine. About 5 to car lengths back there from 4th place running Kendall Tucker. As Tucker now starting to make some headway here on Jacob Fields. Virgil Graham down to the bottom. Graham in the 42 does a slider of his own right. He takes over the lead from the 127 to Blake Majules down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Majules takes it back as we're going to see the white flag off of turn number 4 side by side between the 127 and the 42. Here comes the 75 and Jacob Fields. He's into the frame through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Blake Majules, your race leader into turn number 3. Here comes the 42V of Virgil Graham in the 75, but Blake Majules is going to take down heat number 3. Virgil Graham for 2, Jacob Fields for 3, Kendall Tucker, Daniel Powell, Mason Crawford, Derek Keltner, Troy Jones, Robert Tucker, and Brooks Tramill round out your 10 cars here in Heat Race 3. So not a bad heat race here for heat race number 3. Let's see what heat race number 4 are going to have in store for us here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Heat number 4 being led by the number 89 machine. That is going to be Darren Freeman. Darren Freeman, then the number 89, his dancing part of the outside. That'll be the number 18. That's Randall Carter. Carter in the number 18. Inside row number 2 sees the number 42 of Adam Homerdig in the number 42. And Evan Say aboard the number 33. Last week's winner. Starting off in position number 4. 5th starter sees Dylan Hauser aboard the number H2. And Joe Berkeley aboard that number 9 machine, rolling off in position number 6. 7th starter sees the number 44 of Blake Cannon. And Dylan Fox aboard the number 89, rolling off in position number 8. 9th starter sees the Night Stalker, the number 0 Night Stalker. That is Barrett Bishop and Cole Harvey aboard the number 85 in position number 10. All 10 cars out here for heat race number 4. So again, got to thank Milner Design and Media here in iRacing iFlag, who become the primary sponsors here of the VLR Throwback Series. Also got to thank quickly our sponsors here. Got to thank Har Motorsports, iRacing iFlag, Voiles Trucking. Got to thank JMax Journeys, JMax Strong, BladeNote.com, South Texas Speedway, 3D Racing, TDR-Racing.net. Also got to thank Milner Designs and Media. They are a big part here of the Full Velocity Racing Network. They help us with a lot of graphical work behind the scenes. Thank you to Charlie out there for his hard work and dedication. Also, Can't thank out JP Designs either. Josh Peacock helps us out too. Those guys are a tandem here for the Full Velocity Racing Network. Thank you guys so much for helping us here. Exceed our goals on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Throwback logo did not show up here tonight. Not sure why it overrid here with the black and green logo here for the Full Velocity Racing Network. But iRacing I flag, green flagged out over heat race number 4. Diving off down here into turn number 1. It's the number 89 of Darren Freeman. Carter already under attack by the 42. Lombarding in that number 42 machine looking to the bottom of Randall Carter. Carter holding on to the second spot. Here comes Adam down to the bottom. 3 wide racing almost for the top spot. We are 3 wide for number 1. The 42 digging it down to the bottom. Side by side for the race lead as Carter slides up in front of the 89. Of Darren Freeman. Here comes the H2 machine now diving down to the bottom side. It's side by side for Dylan Hauser now and Freeman as they battle for the second spot. Here comes Adam Hummerding in the number 42 down to the bottom. Carter still holds on, maintains 5 laps remaining here at the dirt track of Charlotte in heat race number 4. So they're peeling off here off of turn number 4. And Darren Freeman getting a will of a run here halfway home. 4 in, 4 to go. As here comes Hauser digging it down to the bottom. Hauser in that H2 machine trying to let her eat there. Catfishing it down there as side by side now slides up in front of the 42 for the top 2 here. Goes to number H2 of Hauser. His third now is the number 89 of Darren Freeman. Dylan Fox now. The 89, look at him. He is making some headway. He is up to the 4th spot. 3 wide, almost 4 wide. Dylan Fox, a man on a mission here at the dirt track of Charlotte, making a 3 wide for position number 2 as Randall Carter checked out on the field. The Night Stalker also right there lurking in the shadows. Down the back straight, we're still 3 wide for the second spot. As we come off of turn number 4, white flag in the air for Randall Carter. And then number 18 machine to see if it's going to settle down here. As Fox really rolling the bottom rather well. There in the number 89 machine. He's really getting around the 89 of Freeman. But off of turn number 4 for the final time. Picking up heat race number 4, going to be Randall Carter. Dylan Hauser, and it looks like Dylan Fox going to wrestle that 3rd spot away from Darren Freeman. Adam Homerding, and then you got Barrett Bishop, Cole Harvey, Joel Berkeley, Blake Cannon, and Evan Say in that number 33. Wasting no time, we're going to get right on into these consolation events here, the C main, and it's going to be rather interesting here. Starting on the pole, driving the number 96 machine, not used to seeing him in the C main. That is Mike McKinney. Outside of him will be Daniel Powell aboard that number 39 machine or 32 machine, excuse me, and going to see if he's going to be able to do anything there in the 32. Inside row number 3, we will see the M14 machine. That is Shad Prescott, the D1RT M14. And the Missile Mason Crawford, another D1RT driver, rolling off of position number 4. 5th starter sees DJ Kolonowski. DJ supporting the K9 machine. Nice looking scheme out there. And then you have the number 0 machine of Derek Keltner, rolling off of position number 6. Tanner Tomasi rolls off in position number 7 and the 09, and outside him the number 49 of Troy Jones. Inside row number 3 you'll see the number 88, that's James Edens. Edens aboard the number 88, and outside him that is Robert Chucker in the 57J machine. 57J of Robert Chucker. Derek Dryman rolls off in the next row back in the position number 11. That'll be the 444 machine. Normally the 444 machine is normally what he drives. The 1D is what he's driving here tonight. So Derry Dryman in his throwback scheme. And Brooks Trammell aboard the number 31. Going to roll off on outside of row number 6 in position number 12. So Brooks Trammell aboard the number 31. I know a lot of fans that pay attention here, to whether it's the Full Velocity Racing Network or any of the other shows out there, the other networks that broadcast iRacing, the simulations, everything that goes on. Used to seeing a lot of these guys in their own number. This throwback series has put guys in a different number. A lot of them opting to take the different number, or maybe their favorite driver. or just a random driver that they liked over the years, or maybe their father liked, that was out there racing at the local track on a Friday, Saturday night, maybe even a tour race. And that's what they took here for this throwback series. As we get ready to race off of turn number 4, iRacing I Flag. Green flag is out, and we're racing with the C-Main. C-Main right now being led by Mike McKinney. Second is the Shad Prescott M14 machine making his way up through as the 32 just dropping back like Anchor is throwing out the backside of his car. That is Daniel Powell. So Powell having a little bit of an issue here early on in the going. Both Shad Prescott and Mason Crawford got around now. Shad Prescott battling it out for the race lead with Mike McKinney. Side by side for the race lead. The 96 on the chop shop for the Speedway. The M14 of Shad Prescott works over to the bottom side as Prescott trying to fight there tooth and nail for the top spot. Side by side back straightaway as Prescott presses it down onto the bottom there, catfishing. The 96 of McKinney just has that forward bite, that momentum off the top shelf of the Speedway, holding on to the top spot. So the M14 of Prescott trying to throw everything he has at him here as the number 15 of the Missile, Mason Crawford, running in that third spot, and Daniel Powell running in the fourth. DJ Kalinowski aboard the number 13, or the K9 machine, excuse me. Another Milner Designs and Media painted car. That K9 trying to rock it up through here, but James Edens, he's got a handful of the number 88 machine as Edens looks to the bottom of that K9 for the top 5. Let's see what Edens is going to be able to do. But Mike McKinney, your race leader, with Shad Prescott running in second. Mason Crawford still running third. But I tell you, Prescott really getting off the corner rather well on the bottom of the Speedway. But Prescott just cannot get the forward bite. The forward bite to get around that number 96 machine. Thank you for the star donations out there, folks. The star donations. This time, I'm not sure who actually did the star donations. My stream a little bit behind, but thank you for the star donations. All the star donations go a long way. The number 96 of Mike McKinney, your race leader still, with the M14 of Shad Prescott as they get 4 to go at the line. As Prescott looks over the bottom once again to try to get around that 96 of McKinney. He's just been strong here so far. You're starting to see the cars bounce around track, starting to tear up a tad bit. Here at the dirt track in Charlotte, a lot of cars already been on it. Here as we go, 3 to go at the line. I got to thank Milner out there. Charlie out there, 500 stars with a 5-week streak there as he's trying to catch down Jeff Brown in the star donation category here for the month of February. But the popsicle sticks up in the air here as Shad Prescott breathing down the neck of the 96 like he has all race long. As they go down the back straightaway here, the M14 dives it down to the bottom one more time, maybe setting something up for the last lap. It's going to be a white flag here over the C-Main for the 96 of Mike McKinney. Prescott again down to the bottom, the Missile up top, and then number 15 side by side for the race lead down into turn number 3 for the final time. Who's it going to be off of turn number 4? Going to be a drag race to that start finish line. It's going to be Mike McKinney. And then number 96, Shad Prescott for 2. Mason Crawford for 3. Daniel Powell, DJ Kalinowski, James Edens, Tanner Tavasi, Derek Dryman. Then you have Robert Chucker, Brooks Tramill, Derek Keltner, and Troy Jones rounding out your 12-car field here in the C-Main. So we're going to make it on into the B-Main. The B-Main getting ready to roll at us here. So we'll start it off with the B-Main. It will be Zach McSwain, the Flintstone Flyer. Will be Zach McSwain. And starting to the outside of him will be Adam Homerding in the number 42. Adam Homerding in the number 42. Rolling off in position the number 3 will be Jeremy Capron aboard the number 23 machine. And his dancing part of the outside driving the Night Stalker number 0. Well, that is Barrett Bishop. Inside row number 3, you'll see Clay Devin aboard the number 84 machine, and Cole Harvey aboard that number 85, rolling off in position 6. 7 starter sees the number 14 machine. That is J.D. Brown, and Joe Berkeley aboard that number 9 in position number 8. 9 starter sees the number 47 machine of Lucas Chowning, who's in that Mopar-styled car. And outside of him will be Blake Cannon aboard the number 44. Not used to seeing Blake Cannon in a Constellation event. This goes to show you how stacked these events really are. Inside row number 6, we'll see Kyle Surratt aboard the number 18 machine. And outside of him, it will be Evan Say. Evan Say, last week's winner, starting scratch here in the B main. Let's see if Evan Say going to be able to make his way into the A feature here through the B main. Definitely must not be one of his favorite tracks here. Just not having a good run of it. Maybe missed the setup just in the heat race. Or had contact. Not sure what happened though. Don't like to speculate. I know these guys are doing far better than I would ever do. So the Flintstone Flyer, Zach McSwain. Then you got Adam Homerding in the number 42 on the outside of there. Then you got Jeremy Capron and Bear Bishop, the Nice Talker, in the second row of the iRacing I flag. Green flag getting ready to come unfurled and does so. Loud pedal down. The Flintstone Flyer, Zach McSwain, leads the charge down to the turn number 1. We watch him here. We go into a live camera angle. Oh, man, lots of contact going on over there. Whoop! There goes Adam Homerding around. Oh boy, lots of things going on over there in turns 3 and 4, excuse me. As we go 3 wide racing for the second spot, as Devin, and you got Capron and JD Brown. Those guys all right tight together. 3 wide for second there at the start finish line to the turn number 1. We take the camera right down here. The number 14 of J.D. Brown doing a fantastic job coming up through the field. Blake Cannon right there, too. He's knocking on the door. And the number 44 machine. As they come off of turn number 4, going to be 9 to go at the line. Already the Flintstone Flyer, Zach McSwain, trying to run away and hide here at the dirt track of Charlotte. All right, thank you, Jim. I didn't get a chance to see that one. Thank you for the installment there. And everybody knows now we'll let, there was a little bit of a net code in the heat race. Got Cannon and Say out of the heat race. So that's why they are in the B main. As those guys are going to have to fight to get back up here. As the 44 Blake Cannon definitely going to work here on J.D. Brown and Jeremy Capron as J.D. about hits the Uke tire down to the bottom as Devin gets crossed up there in the number 84 machine. Zach McSwain just flying away here. That's why he's the Flintstone Flyers. J.D. Brown still going to work on that 23 of Jeremy Capron. Capron holding on to the second spot as Brown back down to the bottom again, side by side as Cannon looks to the outside. And then number 44 machine trying to make a try for it here in turn number 3 and off of turn number 4. Cannon just can't get it wound up yet, but it won't take too long for him to get it wound up. And he splits the difference up through the middle. Look at Blake Cannon go through the middle up to the third spot. As now that number 14 of J.D. Brown in the second spot, but goes to heyday here with the 44 of Blake Cannon. Cannon now looking to the top shot with the speedway. Meanwhile, Capron in a battle there with the number 47, the Mopar machine of Lucas Chowning. Chowning right now going to work. But look at the Flintstone Flyer just gone. Checked out on the field there. That is Zach McSwain. As now the work here with Blake Cannon, the 14 and J.D. Brown side by side for the second spot. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more trips around the speedway off of turn number 4. So Cannon trying to hold on here to the top shelf of the speedway, trying to get that momentum there, and it seems to be coming in there for that 44 machine, but J.D. Brown not going away in the 14. White flag going to be out for Zach McSwain, the Flintstone Flyer, and same way with this great battle for the second spot between the 14 of J.D. Brown and the 44 of Blake Cannon. Cannon really trying to wrestle that way down into turn 3 and off of turn number 4. The Flintstone Flyer, Zach McSwain, going to take down the victory here in the B main. Second going to go to the 42 of Cannon at the line. The 14 of J.D. Brown for 3. Lucas Chowning, Jeremy Capron, Clay Devin. And then you got Joe Berkeley, Adam Homerding, Cole Harvey, Evan Say, Kyle Surratt, and Barrett Bishop round out your 12 cars. Got to thank Ken Roos out there. 8-week streak, 50 stars here. The Full Velocity Racing Network. Thank you so much. So as we get ready, locked and loaded here for a main feature action, we're going to send things down trackside for the Dirty Grass Soul, Kevin Tedman, for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And thank you for the beautiful rendition of the national anthem from Kevin Denman and Dirty Grass Soul. Appreciate the time he took out to actually play that for Jeff Brown a little while ago, and then allowing Full Velocity Racing Network, I should say a little while ago, a couple of races ago, I should say by now. But got to thank him for allowing us to use it here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. No, he's a part of this race here tonight, but that's a beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Seeing cars park up towards the top, allowing doing some different things to the track, a little bit of track work, a little bit of maintenance going on here. Got to thank Milner Design and Media here for being a proud sponsor of the VLR Throwback Series. Charlie Milner, need a skin, head on over there, and Milner Designs Media will hook you right up. Also got to thank iRacingIFlag.com. Right now, like we said, he's got a little bit of a back order right now, but you can always order out there for the iRacingIFlag.com. Jeff Brown, again, he is working the best and diligently to make sure everything goes on. Again, a lot of things going on with his suppliers, so definitely things going on as far as sickness. If you want to get in touch with Jeff Brown, just ask him. He'll let you know how long maybe an iFlag or even a pit box will actually take. I think pit box is still going. I can't be 100% sure, but got to thank Jeff Brown there. Also got to thank our great sponsors here. Got to thank Hard Motorsports for the official yellow flag sponsor here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Also, again, iRacing iFlags, Foyles Trucking, Brian and Kathy Foyles of Foyles Trucking. Got to thank J-Max Journeys and J-Max Strong. Got to thank BladeNote.com, simple web solutions powered by Nards. Blade 10 is the promo code you can use to get 10% off your purchase. Also, South Texas Speedway, 3D Racing, Cyber Thunder Racing Link, TDR-Racing.net, Trash Panda Graphics, JP Designs. Also got to thank iRacing Dirt Painters out there. Big thank you to them. And then, of course, Sheffield Graphics, also our official onboard camera of the Full Velocity Racing Network. If you want to be involved with our great sponsorship here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, make sure you get a hold of us on Facebook. It's the best way to do it. Or you can do it via email, Full Velocity Racing or Full Velocity Network or at gmail.com. I think it is Full Velocity Network at gmail.com. Or Full Velocity Racing Network at gmail.com. We have a couple different emails out there, so you can get a hold of us. We monitor both of them. But the best way is to get a hold of us on Facebook as we get ready for A-Main Racing action here And it's going to be 60 laps will be the distance. And your starting lineup going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 21 machine here. That will be Dylan Wilson. And outside of him, that's the number 3 machine. That's Lewis Hewitt aboard that number 3. Inside row number 2, we'll see the number 127 of Blake Majules. And outside of him will be the number 18. As that will be Randall Carter in the number 18 machine. Inside row number 3, you'll see Austin Carr in that number 68 machine, and Blake Brown aboard the 74D machine. Can he resurrect his streak and maybe get a big W here tonight? We'll have to wait and see position number 6 for the 74D. Inside row number 4, we'll see Virgil Graham in the 42V machine. Outside of him will be the H2, that's Dylan Hauser. Inside row number 5, that will be Mario Perez aboard the number 69 machine. And Robert Fletcher aboard the number 77, rolling off the position number 10. 11th starter sees the number 75 machine of Jacob Fields and the 89 of Dylan Fox. Dylan Fox in that number 89 machine. Kevin Tedman will roll off in a row with the number 44 machine in the reverse rolls here, so that's going to confuse me. The 44 is Shane James rolling off 13th. Kevin Tedman in the number 3 machine rolling off in position number 14. 15 starter sees the double 9 machine of Kendall Tucker and Darren Freeman aboard that number 89 machine, going to roll off in 16th. 17th will be Mike McKinney aboard that number 96 machine, and Shad Prescott aboard the M14 and rolling off in the next row with Blake Cannon in that number 44. 11th row will be the Missile Mason Crawford in the number 15 and J.D. Brown aboard the number 14. Then you got Daniel Prowl aboard the number 32 and Lucas Chowning rounding out your field here at the Dirt Track in Charlotte. 24 cars strong VLR Throwback Series. Ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready, the iRacing.com pace truck pulls off down to the infield. Make sure you have your snack. Make sure you have your beverage, and you're locked and loaded into your seat. They are restacked. They are repacked. Who's it gonna be? Off at turn at number 4, they already put that loud pedal down into turn number 1, the number 21 of Dylan Wilson, your race leader down the back straightaway. The 127 of Blake Majules moves into the second spot. Austin Carr right now to the 3rd spot. We are 3 wide back there in about the 7th or 8th spot. Fantastic racing going on here at the Dirt Track of Charlotte. As we have the number 21 of Wilson showing the quick way around on the outside of the speedway. Yellow flag going to fly. Hard Motorsports. Yellow flag, the first one of the evening, coming out over the field. And we'll take a quick look at the J-Max Journey instant replay to figure out what may have happened. And I think Randall Carter involved in this one here in that number 18 machine. Yep, it's the number 18 machine on the wrong side of a 3-wide battle, and now hits the gap off a turn, number 3 and 4, and around he goes in a knot. Unfortunately, he had a lot of contact there. Like I said, the wrong end of a 3-wide battle, that happens here. And Randall Carter, a little bit of damage. Hurt feelings, probably going to get a repair to that number 18 machine and maybe make his way back up through. He had a fast piece there in that number 18 machine. Yes, a stacked field out there. We want to know who you think is going to take down the victory out there. I see Thomas out there, of course, going for Blake. Jed Barton out there for Dylan Wilson, I do believe. Kevin Floodman out there, and the fans that watch, thanks for doing a good job. Yes, indeed. Thank you all for watching out here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, 146 strong. Make sure star donations, guys, go a long way here to help us keep our broadcasting rates cheap and keep our tools up here. Delaware double file restart. Dylan Wilson on a row all by his lonesome. And that number 21 machine, so he'll be able to fire first and have the custom to wherever he wants to go here. Off a turn at number 4, just waiting to see if that iRacing flag, green flag going to come out. They got a really slow pace here. And nope, they're going to remain yellow out there on the speedway. Yes, I also got to remind that there, Charlie, reminding me here, the top finisher without a throwback wrap will get one free from Milner Media and Designs. Milner Media and Designs, the top racer without a throwback scheme, will win one of those wraps. Man, Milner Media and Designs, man, I would like to win that one. So hopefully we'll see that going on here again as he continues to sport here at the VLR Throwback Series. The iRacing flag, green flag is still coming out now. And we are back to racing here with Wilson in that number 21 machine. Blake Majules running in a second spot. Here comes the number 68 of Austin Carr. He dives it down to the bottom, making the side-by-side for the second spot. The 42V of Virgil Graham running in the fourth spot. Lewis Hewitt has dropped back a little bit to the fifth spot. Jacob Fields making love to the wall. And then number 75 machine. Fields now going to drop back like you threw an anchor out of that machine. That's what happens when you hit that wall. That wall sneaks up and takes you out of your rhythm. So we'll see if Jacob Fields will be able to make his way back up. A stacked field here tonight. 60 laps the distance. We're already on lap number 9 as the dirt track is Charlotte and Dylan Wilson showing the way here. Yeah, right now it would be Blake Majules getting the throwback wrap for free from Milner Media and Designs as of right now. That is the current car out there running without a throwback scheme. So definitely take advantage of that if you're going to be in that top spot. Is yellow flag going to come out once again, the second time of the evening. The Harv Motorsports yellow flag coming out. And I think this is going to involve the Flintstone Flyer. He's missing the front end. That's not good. So, yep, some contact over here, and man, he hits the wall hard. Nose first, some contact, definite disagreement of real estate. Enough to bring out the yellow flag, the Flintstone Flyer without a nose on that machine. We'll see if he gets that fixed, but Zach McSwain now drops to the tail of the track, or of the cars. Definitely a tough break for him. 7 for the win. Kevin Fleming, excuse me. Floodman. Why would I come up with something like Kevin Fleming, and that number, he's saying 7 for the win. 7. Take a look at right now your drop down, the running order drop down here. Brought to you in part by the Full Velocity Race Network. Again, your favorite driver. They're running different schemes out here tonight, so you might see their number. It might not be the number that they have out there. And for some reason, Dylan Fox has always got a blank box. Not sure why, but Dylan Fox out there running 9th in the 999, but it's not actually the 999. For Fox. As the Delaware double file restart once again as the iRacing flag, green flag should come out this time. It does. Loud pedal down. We're wrecked racing off of turn number 4. The 21 of Wilson showing the quick way around. The 127 of Blake Majules running second. Carr third. Graham fourth and Lewis Hewitt right now round out your top 5. Carr goes to work on Majules here down into turn number 3 as he throws it down in pretty hard. And the number 68 machine not able to get the forward bite though. Off the corner, the 127 still hangs on to that second spot. Carr back down to the bottom in the 68 trying to make something work for that machine, as it does not look like so far he's been able to get the forward bite. Lap after lap here for the first few laps, that's where he's been trying it. So we'll see if he continues to go on his way here, as he looks like he was going to slide up there into that 127 machine. Wisely backs out of it. Another yellow flag going to come out. The third yellow flag of the evening. Harv Motorsports wrecker service going to be extremely busy here, as we're going to have to load up another car. I'm thinking something to do maybe with Dylan Hauser. Looks like Hauser hitting the wall here. Going around, finds the infield, gets the Flintstone Flyer. Zach McSwain too. Hauser parks it. He's done for the evening. Wasn't happy with his car. McSwain parks it. Done for the evening. The Flintstone Flyer backwards. So the Flintstone Flyer and the H2 both done on the trailer going home. So we have 22 cars left. Again, folks, if you haven't seen the Full Velocity Racing Network, make sure you go on over to Full Velocity Racing Network on Facebook. Make sure you follow us. We're on our road to get to 6,000 followers. Would love to have you guys aboard here. Make sure you go over and follow us. You'll be able to see all our live links here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, and definitely see some great racing. I know there's a simulcast going on right now. Asphalt side of things with the ground pounding, earth shaking, mighty modifieds of the Northeast. Again, the Well and Modified Tour. I know Phil and Jack over there making things happen. Can't forget Jeff McConey either. Jeff McConey, announcer up there in the Northeast on the modified tour of things. So iRacing iFlag, green flag comes out again, and we're racing down the front straight away. The number 21 of Dylan Wilson again with this Delaware double file restart gives the leader the advantage, which is fantastic. The first time I ever seen it was at Delmore and Delaware, and it was made for a very, very good race. And the number 21 of Dylan Wilson able to pull out there to a couple of car length lead, probably 5 car lengths there. As the 68 now goes to work on the chop shop of the Speedway. That's Austin Cars. Majulis down to the bottom there. And that 127, good side-by-side battle there for the second spot. Not even halfway home yet. And these guys still duking it out, battling out for the second spot. The 68 of Carr still holding on to second. Majulis running in third. Virgil Graham running in the fourth spot in the 42V machine. The number 3 of Lewis Hewitt running in fifth. And Blake Brown having a good run here in that 74 machine. He's running in sixth. So watching a whole gaggle of cars here, as it looks like Blake Majulis backing up a tad bit there to the 42V of Virgil Graham. You're seeing a great battle there for fifth on back. Lewis Hewitt, Blake Brown. Then you got the number 89 machine of Dylan Fox way down to the bottom, trying to make things interesting, trying to get up through the field. As Robert Fletcher right there, as Fox really manhandling the bottom right now. He's the only guy that's made up a couple of more spots there on the bottom in that number 89 machine, but Fox doing a fantastic job. Now gets up alongside the 74 of Blake Brown, trying to battle for that 6th spot. Blake Cannon coming out of Blake Cannon coming out of a consolation event. He is flying and hauling the mail on the bottom. Blake Cannon up to 9th. Look at him. Where did he come from? Brown now into the outside wall. He's going to lose a couple of spots. That puts Dylan Fox up to 6th. 7th now is Robert Fletcher, and Blake Cannon up to 8th. And then number 44. So Wilson has checked out on the field already. 1.116 over Austin Carr, who's running in second. Blake Majulis running in that 3rd spot. Virgil Graham running 4th. Those guys pretty much set in their ways. Nobody really challenging each other. Maybe Virgil might be able to get up to 127 here in the next couple of laps. But that number 89 machine now challenging Lewis Hewitt. That is Dylan Fox. Fox slides it up there. Can't quite pull off the pass there in the number 3 of Hewitt. But look at Fox. He is doing a fantastic job trying to get inside the top 5 here. The VLR Throwback Series brought to you by Milner Media and Designs and iRacing iFlag. Here is Fox now up to 5th as he gets around him here. The yellow flag comes out conveniently here. Lap 30 of 60 halfway home. And we're under another Har Motorsports yellow flag. Unfortunately, Jeff Brown doesn't want to hear this. Blake Brown involved in this one. And the number 74 machine, and unfortunately down to the bottom here, had nowhere to go. Into the J.D. Brown number 14 machine. He goes back up track, has a save, and the Missile Mason Crawford finishes him off. Same with the 89 Darren Freeman, as Blake Brown just goes down like a V snowplow, a V plow on a snow truck up here in the Northeast. The 74 goes down. Yellow flag comes out. Again, our yellow flag coming out here for Har Motorsports. Record's been busy so far. Take a look at the Har Motorsports yellow flags so far. 4 yellow flags. Only 11 caution laps, which is great here at the dirt track. Sometime soon, maybe we'll have the non-yellow flags count again. So we're going to restart. We're going to restart inside Dylan Fox's car, the number 89 here on the other side. So we're going to do a full velocity network Sheffield graphics on board with Dylan Fox as he gets ready here. Let's see what Fox does here on a restart of this one, as I'm going to go silent here for a complete lap on this restart as iRacing iFlag green flag comes out. Just watching everything go on here is watching the Sheffield graphics number 89 machine, Sheffield Graphics on board 89 of Dylan Fox. Just watching him go to work. He's off there real quick so we can watch the racing action again. So Kevin's going for the 77 out there. As Fox now under fire from the 44 of Blake Cannon. Cannon now moving up into the 4th spot. Look at Blake Cannon go. And Cannon now up to 3rd as he slides up in front of the number 68 of Austin Carr. So Blake Cannon up to 3rd. Blake Cannon, man, what a fantastic race he's put together. Started 20th. His lowest was 20th. He's in 3rd. 17 spots made up for Blake Cannon. Yellow flag going to come out, though, to slow it back down. But, man, he is in a very, very good spot here, is Blake Cannon. Trying to take a look to see what happened here. Unfortunately, oh man, woo! Not sure. 77 up front here. Had some contact over there. Gets sideways. Looks like Kendall Tucker unfortunately bumper hooked him. And just a lot of carnage going on there. 42V of Virgil Graham getting a piece of that. 77 of Robert Fletcher involved. So a lot of carnage going on there to bring out the Harp Motorsports yellow flag here. So it looks like lights are extinguished atop the iRacing.com Pace truck. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. This will be off of turn number 4. Usually they fire about in between the 2 corners. As the number 21 of Dylan Wilson, race leader Blake Majul, 2nd Blake Cannon, 3rd iRacing flag. Green flag's out. We're back to racing. Well, this time Dylan Wilson not with a good start as much as the number 127. He did not let him get away that time. Blake Majul is running in that 2nd spot. Cannon running in 3rd. Now goes to work on that number 127 machine. Here comes the 68 of Austin Carr. He's trying to get back up through. The 96 also of Mike McKinney making some headway. Look at Mike McKinney go, too. He's transferred on from one of them consolation events. And now Mike McKinney makes a 3 wide over there. That's a 3 wide battle for the 4th spot. Mike McKinney up through the middle of that number 96 machine in between Dylan Fox and the number 68. 68 of Austin Carr. Carr up on the top shelf of the speedway. Now the 96 of Mike McKinney able to try to get by him here as they go side by side there for the 5th spot. McKinney back up to 5th. Mike McKinney, man, on a mission. Let's take a look at Mike McKinney's in-race bar. Mike McKinney started 17th, so he's made up 12 spots. Not as much as Blake Cannon. As Blake Cannon able to move around into the 2nd spot. But again, Mike McKinney making some headway too as he makes his way up through the field. Let's take a look at Blake Cannon now as the 2 teammates, the 127 and the 44, battle it out there for the 2nd spot. The 21 of Wilson trying to run away and hide as he does so there in the D1RT machine. Number 21 of Wilson doing a fantastic job here once again at the Dirt Track of Charlotte. Blake Cannon still holding on to the 2nd spot. The 127 of Blake Majul running into the 3rd spot. Mike McKinney now wrestled away up into the 4th. And that number 96 machine as McKinney able to lead a hungry pack of wolves directly behind him, Austin Carr. Then the 14 machine of J.D. Brown, Dylan Fox, Jacob Fields coming back up through 2. And the number 75 machine, we have 15 laps to go, 14 to go here at the line. And these guys still fighting it out like it's the last lap in the middle portion of this track here as Blake Cannon still trying to track down that number 21 machine of Dylan Wilson. Wilson out to about a .916 second advantage, now up to a 9.49 machine over the 44 machine, I should say. As Blake Majul's running in 3rd, Mike McKinney still running in 4th. 5th is J.D. Brown, Dylan Fox in that 6th spot. But look at this gaggle of cars as they fight it out, duke it out here from 6th to probably, I'm going to say 10th there is Lewis Hewitt on the tail end of that one. As that's a fantastic battle. As they look at the 68, he goes up the track, washes up. That's going to allow the door wide open for a bunch of other competitors. Austin Carr having a little bit of trouble there. The 75 and Jacob Fields also making it up through. Fields now side by side with the 68 of Carr. As Carr still continues on the outside. The 14 of J.D. Brown trying to let things happen down on the bottom. He's going to get around Dylan Fox there for the 5th spot. So it's been pretty much all Dylan Wilson here. He's led 50 laps. He has 10 laps remaining. He will complete the distance here, lead green to checkered. Is he going to be able to do it there in the number 21 machine? He is pulling away here from Blake Cannon. Cannon running in second, then Cannon running away from Blake McJules, and then Mike McKinney now has caught the tail end of that 127 machine. As Mike now, a little bit of fender rubbing there. And a little bit of banging going on over there in the corner as McKinney tried to get around the 127, trying to do his wrestling move. There in that number 96 machine, not able to get around him though. He does back out of it, allows Blake to gather it back in. And when he does that, now he puts himself in the risk of losing that spot to the 14 of J.D. Brown or even the 75 of Jacob Fields. As Fields doing a fantastic job through the field, trying to look to the bottom or up to the top through the middle groove here, trying to find something as he made a little bit of love, a little bit of contact to the outside wall here early in the event, has had to make up many positions to try to come back up through this field, and the cream rises to the top here tonight, and that's what's happening here as these guys, some of the cars going away, some of them not going away, but the 21 has been solid, consistent all night long. The number 21 of Dylan Wilson, your race leader, and battling for the without a throwback scheme, battling for that wrap, that free wrap from Milner Design and Media. Charlie Milner out there, 96 and 127, fighting for that free wrap here on the Full Velocity Racing Network as we have 5 laps to go for Dylan Wilson at the dirt track of Charlotte. That Blake Cannon has finally reeled him in, but I don't know if it's going to have enough time there as he is really starting to reel him back in here as they get 4 laps to go. Can Cannon do anything here with Dylan Wilson in that number 21 machine? We'll have to wait and see if we're going to get 3 to go here at the line. The number 21 of Wilson is going to lead him here across that start finish line. Cannon still trying to drive back here, 0.60 seconds. As Dylan Wilson is your race leader here with popsicle sticks in the air. The 44 of Blake Cannon running in second. J.D. Brown running in third now, as Brown was able to get around him as J.D. up to the 3rd spot. Blake Jules in the 75 going at it here. White flag going to be in the air off a turn. And number 4 for the number 21 of Dylan Wilson will stay with this because Cannon has got it in a shot here to maybe make a slider here out of 3 and 4 as he's down here in 1 and 2 trying to get the bite down on the bottom. Blake Cannon trying to make things interesting down to turn number 3 for the final time. Cannon throws it as hard as he can. Not going to be had. The 21 of Dylan Wilson going to take down the victory at the dirt track of Charlotte. The 44 of Blake Cannon for 2. It's going to be the 14 of Jacob Fields for the 3rd spot. Just barely at the line, 0.061. J.D. Brown 4th, Blake McJules 5th, Mike McKinney 6th, Dylan Fox, Chad Prescott, Kendall Tucker, Mario Perez, Austin Carr, Kevin Dedman, Lewis Hewitt, Robert Fletcher, Shane James, Darren Freeman, Daniel Powell, Lucas Chowning, Mason Crawford, Blake Brown, Virgil Graham, Randall Carter, Dylan Wilson, and Zach McSwain. Round out your 24 cars here at the Team VLR Throwback Series, brought to you in part by iRacing, iFlag, Milner Design and Media. We'll wait on to see who actually got the wrap there. I believe that would be the 127 getting a wrap there for a throwback scheme. We'll see if he wants, if that's going to be the case. As we're going to take a brief pause for the calls, make our way on down to BladeNote.com, Victory Lane, and get an interview with our top 3 drivers here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. So we're going to move right on into the pre-race show here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Looks like we finally got Fields here. Fields with a great comeback. Probably comeback of the evening here. And then number 75 machine. But Jacob Fields doing a fantastic job coming back through the field. But this will be the first time I probably got to mention here, as we'll move Jacob Fields down here into the post-race show here. Third place finish here on the podium for the driver of the number 75 machine. First and foremost there, Jacob, congratulations on a podium finish here. Third. But tell us a little bit about your throwback scheme as you came back through the field. That was fantastic. We'll get to that. But your throwback scheme, I've been waiting to hear what this throwback scheme was. Because I'm used to seeing you in the 007, but the 75 machine. What is this? What does this commemorate for the 75?
It's John Gill. I used to actually have a little toy car of his that I'd play at the racetrack whenever I was there, and I thought that'd be a really cool idea to do for a throwback. So, luckily, Dan Smith at Five Knuckle put it together for me, and I think it looks great.
It does look fantastic out there. It's good to see these throwback schemes and know the true meanings behind it there, Jacob. I know like a lot of fans used to seeing a different number, but man, the 75 scheme does a lot for it. But man, let's talk about the race. The race was fantastic for you there towards the end of it. It wasn't so good towards the beginning. You probably the comeback of the night there with that number 75 machine, able to wrestle that third spot away here in the closing laps, .061 there, able to beat the margin of J.B. Brown at the line. But tell us about what was going through your head and how, the ups and downs of this race.
Well, at the beginning, I got myself caught up into the wall and got into some trouble, and the car was damaged. I tried to run it for a green run, but it just didn't feel good. So I decided I was going to pit, and I wasn't real sure how it was going to go because it was a stacked field tonight, man. There was a lot of fast guys, and I think we got down to about 15 to go, and the car felt really good, so we were lucky enough to take a run for it and came back for a top 3.
Yeah, congratulations on your third place finish here tonight, Jacob. We'll give you the microphone. The floor is all yours. You can think or would like to think here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
Oh yeah, I got to thank the guys over at D1RT. They've helped me a lot the last couple weeks. Got to thank Dan Smith at Five Knuckle Wraps. He does a heck of a job on these, man. They're awesome. Thank you guys for broadcasting, and thanks for VLR for putting the event on.
One more question before I let you go, Jacob. When you were racing that car around there, did it win there when you were a kid? Did you always win with it?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
We're going to see if we can get one.
Yeah. Well, you look good here tonight. If you didn't have those hiccups, I think you might have had a shot.
Oh, thanks, Todd.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bringing home third tonight, the number 75 machine, Jacob Fields. Let Jacob Fields get back at it here. We'll bring in Blake Cannon. Blake Cannon had a horrible heat race in that number 44 machine, and that's to say the least. Horrible, probably didn't put meaning to it there. Had to come from a consolation event. Definitely the guy that made the most moves here tonight, from 20th starting spot here to second. Blake, tell us about your race, man, in that 44.
Yeah, I don't think Terrible does it justice tonight. Bad qualifying, bad circumstances of the heat race. Had to start on the next last row in the B. Dude, I'm telling you, man, I don't think I've ever passed that many cars in my life.
Yeah, how tired are you feeling right now, Blake? I mean, you were working that bottom pretty well. I mean, you had to be out of that throttle to run the bottom. It seemed like really slick down there. You were making a lot of passes down there.
Yeah, I just threw something at it for the race. I was pretty decent in the B, but I knew that the track was going to come to me a little bit more. But honestly, I went overboard with the adjustments, and it honestly helped. So I threw the kitchen sink at it. We was good. I really wasn't set up to run the bottom, but it just happened to play in my favor, the line that I was running, and I was just trying to go where everybody wasn't. So whenever you can come from 20th against these guys and run top 3, that's a damn good night for sure.
Yeah, definitely a stacked field there, and you're able to make it up through this stacked field with that 44 machine. Another 5 laps. You think you could have got by Dylan?
I think maybe another 3 laps. It just it took me too long to move up in 3. Once I got around Blake, I kind of spent a little time messing around with Blake, got around him, and for some reason I just stayed low in 3 too long and let him kind of mire out and waste laps. And then, I mounted a charge there at the end. It was just a little too late. So if I'd have moved up a little bit quicker, maybe would have caught him 3 more laps. I think would have had him for sure. So that's the way it plays out sometimes. I'll take it. Definitely not. I'll definitely take a second for sure from where the night was starting.
All right, Blake, before I let you go, we'll give you the microphone. The floor is all yours. You can think of what we'd like to thank you this evening on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
Just gotta thank everybody at Swindell. I'm coming out here to have fun. Haven't really put a whole lot of time into the late models here lately, so to be able to come out here and have such a great showing. I mean, hell, I run second, Blake run fifth, Mike McKinney run sixth, and then Kendall had a top 10 too. So to have 4 cars in the top 10, I mean that's you can't ask for much more than that. So I got to thank everybody over there. They did a hell of a job. Blake, he helped me out a lot tonight, so I got to thank him, and Kevin for everything he does. So Swindell, got to thank Bell Helmets, Jeremy Ray from Design 75 to make this car look bad fast. He did a heck of a job on it. VLR, I mean, what a racetrack. 2 weeks in a row we've had great racetracks on tracks that usually don't race that good. So shout out to Howard and Garrett and KT and everybody at VLR that puts this show on. I mean, if somebody tells me that this isn't the best Charlotte they've ever seen, then they probably don't need to come back for more.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, Blake, definitely a fantastic Charlotte. I have to comment on that, too. It was fantastic. And anytime you can make my voice start to go south towards the end of it, we know we've had an exciting race. And that's one of those things. I could do an 8 division show on a regular night. But tonight, my voice about wore out. And you guys put on a fantastic show here this evening.
Yeah, I just got to say congrats to Dylan as well. It's no secret that we don't like each other, but he drove a hell of a race, and he was honestly the fastest car all night. So, congrats to him and the D1RT boys, and we'll try to get him next week.
Hopefully, we'll see you one position better next week, Blake. Thank you for your words here tonight.
I appreciate it. Thanks to you and Charlie and everybody else in the broadcast booth as well.
All right, thanks. We'll let Blake Cannon, driver that number 44, get back to work here. Go back to a little bit of partying, maybe with his teammates. We'll make our way down to BladeandNo.com. Victory lane with a driver that was the dominant factor here tonight, leading all 60 laps, green to checkered. Driver that number 21, Dylan Wilson, taking down the victory here tonight. Dylan, has to feel good, man, breaking that down, winning like that.
Yeah, it feels extra good. This last month, I think I've just been about wrecked in every race I've been in, so feels good to finish one, let alone win one, so I'll take it.
Yeah, you were a man on a mission here tonight. You checked out on the field there. The yellow flags, I'm sure you didn't want to see them there. You had a second and a half advantage there towards the middle portion of that, and then them yellow flags kept coming back out and dragging these other guys back in. And then towards the end of that one, Blake Cannon starting to come up on you there, Dylan. But you were able to hold him off and take down a key victory here in the Throwback Series.
Yeah, once I knew he had no chance to catch me, I kind of backed it off and moved away from the line. That was faster, just because it was getting real rough off the corner, so I didn't want to take a chance of the car pushing or something and hit the wall and ruin my own race. So that's when I vacated that line. I knew I had about an 8/10 lead, so with like 6 laps to go, I knew there was no way he was going to catch it. So that's why he probably thought he had a chance, but if he was even closer, I'd have moved back to that line and probably been pretty even like we were before I moved away.
Oh, Dylan, just trying to save yourself up there on that top line in the middle groove there, where you're kind of running there. Seemed kind of rough up there, like you said, and it could have cost you a lot if you made a wrong move. But you seem Mr. Consistent up there, even though you moved that line. How hard is it to run up there if it's a guy just coming into the iRacing simulation with one of these supers? And maybe he has some track time, but how hard is it to run when the track gets that rough? Because you can see it.
Well, depending on your wheel settings, mine are very stiff, so I feel everything, a lot of the bumps in the track. So when it gets rough, it starts to kind of yank the wheel, left and right as you come off the corners. And if you're not very concentrated on holding the wheel straight, it will, the car will whip, right or left, depending on how you hit them. So it's very sketchy. So if you don't run stiff settings, though, you could probably hit those bumps and never feel them and feel like a madman up there.
Yeah, definitely a fantastic race, and it looked like you're almost out of control up there at times, but man, you're able to keep it straight. And I wouldn't go up there myself. I tell you, in the street stock, I have a hard time handling up there, but you guys do a fantastic job in the supers again, Dylan. But give the microphone, the floor is all yours. You can thank whoever you'd like to thank here this evening for this big W.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thanks to the guy at D1RT Racing for everything they do, and thanks to you guys for broadcasting. Thanks for VLR for putting this deal on, and thanks to the guys over at Tub. They're one of my sponsors, so can't finish this interview without saying thank you to them. And thank you to Howard. He painted my skin for me. So.
Oh,
Jack Hewitt.
Jack Hewitt. Yeah, I remember it. Oh, yeah. Tell everybody out there, there were some people that were actually asking about that. I couldn't remember from last week. Tell us about your paint scheme before I let you go.
Oh, yeah, it's a throwback to Jack, and I think he's most famous for his comments on a USAC official, that made its rain around Facebook. So we had some fun with it and put it on the spoiler, and hopefully everybody got a laugh at it. Hopefully I don't get protested and suspended for it.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. We put for not for kids on our streams, so.
Well, I think we're good then. Some kid earlier in a server, I know we're getting off topic, but some kid earlier in a server said, who's in the Jack Hewitt car? And I was like, I'm not saying shit.
That's all right. Well, Dylan, hopefully you can continue on your winning ways here. You have some good luck here over the next few weeks of this throwback series. It's been a fantastic showing so far the first 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, guys, and thanks for everything you guys do, and VLR and everybody involved.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bringing home the big W here in the Jack Hewitt number 21. That is Dylan Wilson taking down the victory here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Man, if you didn't like that race, you better check yourself. I don't understand why you wouldn't like that race here tonight at the dirt track in Charlotte, but it was a fantastic race here. And, man, when my voice starts going, that means something. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Full Velocity Racing Network. Remember, next week we'll have the same showing here for the Throwback Series, and hopefully we'll see some more cars here come out. I know there's some other things going on here this evening, but let's see some more cars. Let's get that count up there. See some different throwbacks out there. Make everything interesting here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. But first, got to thank all of our sponsors here. First and foremost, the sponsors that headline here for Team VLR, Milner Design and Milner Media and Design, and iRacingIFlag.com. Also, got to thank all the guys over here at VLR, the admin staff, KT King, Howard, and all the guys, Stephen Calavoda. I didn't get a chance to talk to him tonight. Usually he's a character to talk to, too. But thank you to those guys and the admins for putting this on. They do a fantastic job behind the scenes. If you guys have never heard those guys go to work, they do a fantastic job here. Also got to thank Charlie for coming up in the booth and reminding me of some things. I know he's under the weather here tonight, only able to poke at me here once in a while. But thank you to Charlie here. A big help here over the last couple times, and I know Phil and Jack, got to thank those guys too. Also got to thank all the race fans out here for tuning into the Full Velocity Racing Network. Now with the sponsors here, I got to thank Hard Motorsports, iRacing, iFlag, Voiles Trucking, JMax Journeys, JMax Strong. Also got to thank BladeNote.com, South Texas Speedway 3D Racing, the official team here of the Full Velocity Racing Network, TDR-Racing.net, Trash Panda Graphics. Also got to thank JP Designs. Got to thank Cyber Thunder Racing League and a whole host of characters. Sheffield Graphics for coming aboard on our onboard camera. I'm Todd Stanton signing off for now. Reminding you to keep the silver side down and the rubber side. Reminding you to keep the rubber side down. Let's not even say that. Just keep the hammer down here at the Dirt Track in Charlotte. We'll see you next time here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing. Good night, folks.